Good afternoon. It is October 14th, 2020, and this is Getting Blown Up in Space in EVE Online. I am Planethead. Uh, thought today, a bunch of changes going on in EVE. Thought I'd go over that real quick. News, notes, gameplay, that sort of thing. Um, did have somebody yesterday. I was kind of really surprised at how many hits I got hit on the YouTube channel. Then I realized it was about the Triglavian stuff that I was talking about. There's so many changes going on in EVE right now, and so I was talking to somebody at work and how really amazing all the changes were. Um,
Warp drive
and
active.
he found out that I was making a YouTube channel, and he said, "Why are you doing that?" Um, so I thought today I would talk about why I started doing the channel and what I'm going to continue to do. Um, Partly, I never messed with making YouTube videos, um, and so I wanted to try that out, and I wanted to do it with something that I really liked, and something that I was starting off again new to do. Um, and I wanted to try to go back to Eve in a new way, and I thought, why not document the experience? Maybe help some other people, and maybe figure out why I left in the past and come back now and see what I could do to stay, because I've always loved the game. It's just a matter of every once in a
Warp
while,
drive
real
active.
life would get in the middle of it, um, or I, like in the case of when I first started, I was mining a lot, and after about 6 to 8 months, I just got a little bit burnt out of the grind. Um, so uh, basically, that is why I started doing it. I'll talk a little bit more about that in the future. Um, General notes. What I try to do on the videos are, and this has kind of grown since the beginning of it. If you ever go back and look at some of the original ones, I am by no means a uh, expert at all. All I do is uh, videotape myself while doing this. The first couple videos were on my old computer, really hazy, um, and trying to get better at it. But big news changes. If you haven't heard already, the Triglavians have taken over the 27 systems and moved them off on their own. Um, Alrighty, let's go ahead. I do like to double dip here. Uh, go ahead and let's do something simple. Let's go do a drone assembly.
Warp drive
Um,
active.
when I'm doing really weak ratting, just trying to spend some time, I will take my Rupture out that I built recently, um, and just drop a mobile tractor unit in high sec, and just do a little bit of ratting and killing things off to accumulate some items. Um, there we go. So I guess the Triglavians have taken over the systems. There's the new material changes. Um, they did, just to handle all of the changes, they disabled recently the bounties and the kill rates, if I'm not mistaken. They have said that they're probably going to bring it back, but didn't want to overload everything, all of the changes. I don't think I've ever seen such an overhaul of changes in a game than they did in this last update, and with the addition of things um, that were both created by the game players, but also, and this is the amazing part, and I talked about it a little bit before. Um, talk they The changes were made, but how it was implemented was done by the players, with a lot of them not even realizing it, which is really amazing to me. Uh, just to give an example, all of the systems that the Triglavians invaded that are now separated from the rest of New Eden, um, Not all of them were taken over. On average, I think it was like one out of every three or one out of every four, because those systems were defended by actual players, especially in the area that I'm in, Minmatar region. Um, there were some different factors involved into it. The Minmatar NPCs were better at fighting against the Triglavians than the Caldari, so it was a little bit easier to fight in that area. But the changes to the overall systems were greatly affected by player participation. So the map was physically changed by player activity. Even the CCP, the creators of Eve, gave the um, the mechanism to do it, but the players themselves were the ones who actually did the changes, which is totally amazing to me. And I don't know if I've ever heard of, maybe I'm not a big MMO guy, but I don't know if I've ever heard of anything that's similar to that. At the same time, we've got the huge war going on that's out in Delve. And then at the same time, they're doing the mineral changeovers, which they're cutting back on the number of minerals that are in the system in the game, so that whenever you do lose a ship, it does mean a little bit more. Um, I think of this similar to another game that I've played for the last couple of years called The Long Dark. If you've ever heard of it, I'll just show you here real quick. It's a great little game, completely different. Not a first-person shooter, but it is a here we go. It's a survival game, um, and there we go. It's on Steam. Doesn't matter. The Long Dark. I play all the time, or I used to, until I got more into Eve recently. But I think of the new gameplay changes to Eve similar to the Long Dark, where with the Long Dark, when you die, you die. There is no save spot in the actual toughest part of the game. Uh, and with Eve, with them getting rid of the materials, I think of that very similar. That once you lose your ship, like this Rupture that I'm flying right now, it took me a week to build because I'm playing my scavenger lifestyle. So tomorrow am going to try to talk about the scavenger lifestyle, how it's gotten me intrigued in playing, um, but um, and, and how it's kept me rolling. It's more of a role-playing type for the MMO world. Um, I'm rambling. Okay, let me get some coffee real quick. So, long story short, you've got the big war, the Triglavians, the uh, the mineral changes that are going through. Um, Everything is affecting everything. If you think about it, okay, the war is removing minerals because ships are being blown up. The Triglavians are taking systems away and making a new area that you can go explore. And the mineral changes to the game um, were are changing how people have to play the game. The only negative, and this is, I think this has been really well thought out um, by CCP. The only role-playing aspect I wish they would have done is they could have tied in the Triglavian changes with, or invasion with the mineral changes, and had the Triglavians, or somehow, some way, the minerals were being changed over by some factor. Um, Oh, and I just thought it's. And then they also just implemented the new storms out in Nullsec, so that's another. I mean, just so many changes. It's become this its own little um, world in a way, which is what you always wanted from a MMO. Um, okay, 1 second here. Come here, Mr. Drone, and we will go blow up another drone assembly. So, um,
Warp drive active.
on that note, I do also. I'm trying to plan out trying out Triglavian space on the side. Um, do I do it with my Holland character? Do I do it with um, my third slot on my account? I have one open slot on it. Do I create a new character to fly out there? Do I fly out there with my current character? Um, these are questions I gotta ask myself. If you are trying to figure out how to get out to Triglavian space, um, one way that I'm going to try to do it is to find a wormhole out to it. From what I understand, that there are random wormholes that will go there. You can only take up to, from what I understand, a battleship. But I'm going to try to do it as a new player, someone who hasn't read up a lot of the game. So as it comes up that way, I'm going to try to do it. Um, but just to give you a heads up, so this is the way how I've set up this current ship. I take along one salvage drone and four uh, uh, small scout drones to do the fighting, so that I can just relax. Um, right now, I'm on mandatory overtime at my job, so I'm working 11-hour days, getting my 6 hours of sleep. I have to grab a shower. I've got to eat. The only time I really get to relax is in front of Eve. And I really like to push myself on my days off. But on my days that I'm working, this is what I like to do. I like to relax and not worry about anything. I can plan things out. I can do some planetary interaction, that sort of thing. So this is more of a ramble of a video. Okay, so if I can, tomorrow I'm going to do a video on the scavenger lifestyle that I've been doing that keeps me interested, and I think it's very helpful to people who are have very busy lives but still love to play Eve. People who don't have 24 hours a day to sit and do the big sieges, the wars, the battles, when you only have 30 minutes at a time to sit down and play. I want to start doing a video each week on that and what you can do to keep yourself interested, make it fun, make the time that you're on as productive as possible. So when you leave, you can say, "That's what I did today." So that's what I want to start doing. Is maybe on Wednesdays or Thursdays. I want to set a day where I just focus on that. Um, but other than that, I'm sorry I don't have a whole lot. Like I said, I worked a lot last night. Very busy. There's so much to glean through as far as the changes that are going on. I wish I had planned this out a little bit better, but it's just so much time that needs to be allotted. So I'm going to keep it short today. Tomorrow or what is today? Tomorrow or Thursday? Tomorrow's Thursday. Thursday or Friday. I'll try to do a nice longer video, plan it out a little bit better on the scavenger lifestyle. After that, start focusing on my production of mobile depots, as well as any updates that are going on in the war and the patches. And other than that, if you guys have any ideas that you want me to do, just message me. I'm always up to try something new. Then you can comment in the comment section, or you can message me in game. It's Planet Head, no space, and be happy to help you out with anything. Alrighty, you guys have a great day and fly dangerously. Bye bye.